ReptiChip sets new standards for reptile substrates. Made from the highest quality coconut available anywhere in the world, our products allow enthusiasts to provide their reptiles with the necessary humidity and thermoregulation required to allow their animals to thrive. In the world of reptile care, the substrate forms the very foundation of a healthy and vibrant habitat. At ReptiChip, we've taken this essential element and elevated it to unparalleled heights, blending innovation with sustainability to create a product that stands in a league of its own. Our journey began with a simple yet profound motto: all of our products are made by reptile people, for reptile people. Today, we stand as a beacon of quality and trust, embraced by novice and expert reptile enthusiasts alike. From the meticulous selection of raw materials to our veteran-led approach to business, every facet of ReptiChip reflects a deep-rooted commitment to excellence. Discover why ReptiChip is the preferred choice for reptile enthusiasts around the globe. Our foundation is deeply rooted in passion, quality, and community engagement, setting us apart as a unique leader in the industry. Don't be a Reptivich. Be a Repti bro. Visit us now at ReptiChip.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Episode 139. Antoine Sigon, Clayton Kaufman. We got a lot of shit going on. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there who is a father and who elected to fucking not pull out. Okay, I don't know why you people couldn't just fucking dump it in their mouths like everybody normal does. But whatever, it's all good. So. This episode is sponsored by Redline, man. Fucking still the best way to ship your reptiles in the country. Get all your shipping gear from Redline. You won't have a problem. You'll be good. Okay. Robin still, has the best customer service, the best website, the best everything in the hobby. Use the code Robin60. You get 60% off your first two orders, and then if you use the code FATMAN5, you'll get an additional $5 off every other shipment that you do with them. So anyway, we're nearing the end of the Deeds Not Words campaign. Okay, so June 28th at the Nassau Reptile Expo is going to be our last live appearance, where we're going to be selling shirts and soliciting donations. But you could actually buy a shirt at thefatmannation.com. Just click on the Support Disabled Vets link and pick up a shirt. After July 4th, the campaign ends. These shirts will no longer be available, and I know I'm not wearing one tonight, but they're in the wash. All right, they're in the wash. I don't know what to tell you. So definitely pick up a shirt. You won't be able to get this one again. We're going out to Camp Freedom in late August to drop off the check to them. So we really would like to go above and beyond what our goal was. So if you could help out, give a donation, buy a shirt, show up at Nassau, take a couple of pictures with us, give a donation. I would appreciate that. Okay. Also, let's see what else here. Fucking show is also sponsored by Herps, the best the best locally run exotic pet expo in the country. On June 21st and 22nd, they're going to be in Longview, Texas. They're going to be in Louisiana in Sulphur on June 28th and 29th. They're going to be in Slidell, Louisiana on July 19th and 20th. They're going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Well, shit, goddamn hell, fuck. On July 26th and 27th. Going to be in Corpus Christi, Texas on August 9th and 10th. Listen, head on over to herpshow.net. Tell Sean and Lori what an awesome job they're doing because they're doing great. They're doing great. They do like fucking 30 shows a year, all in different places, and they're fucking crushing it. You won't be disappointed with the advertising and with the attendance at any Herps Expo that you go to. So, all right, we got Shauna backstage as always, the beautiful Shauna. Why don't we see who's here tonight? Fucking the big homies breakdown. Fucking my boy Sean. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good show last night. Kevin has been a tremendous help in the Deeds Not Words campaign, coming to all these shows with us and logging a bunch of miles with me. I appreciate you, Kevin. 319 Reptiles. What's up, Chris? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to Kevin, too. Sculpted Exotics. Fucking Clayton double dipping. Fucking this is what happens, right? Green Line, Jay, my partner in crime in the Deeds Not Words campaign. There's nothing more I could say about Jay. Jay's finally getting his due in the community, and fucking people loving him, right? People loving that psycho. HJS Serpents also logging a shit ton of miles coming to every Deeds Not Words campaign, except for the Albany one. And I didn't expect them to come to Albany because it was like 4 hours for them. But they will be at Nassau also, so you can come meet them and take a picture with all of us. Bosa, what's up, brother? Hope everything's good down there. I appreciate you showing up. Mike Duvall. Mike, listen, you're fucking tremendous help with that fucking Big Homies Breakdown show. You guys paired up are a pretty good team. So I appreciate you stepping in and fucking making that show even better than everything, even though I fucking make fun of you a lot on it. It's just what we do. Gecko Diva is also, I found out tonight, is going to be at the Nassau show. So fucking get a big hug from Crystal. Make Gerald a little jealous. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, Gerald. Yeah, we're going to make you jealous. We're definitely sending out for pizza, buddy. All right. That's what's going to happen. Thanks for coming. RNA Ball Pythons, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming there, and happy Father's Day to you. Dickie Foster, fucking best name in the chat right now. What's up, Dickie? Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you being here. Join Reptiles. What's up, David? Thank you for popping by. I see some new people in here, so I appreciate you guys coming. All right, so listen. Oh, there went up. SFC Reptiles. That's my boy. Big supporter of the Deeds Not Words campaign. Mission Morse, big supporter of the Deeds Not Words campaign. I approve. Limey, big supporter of the Deeds Not Words campaign. Love with all you guys. Thank you so much for helping. Windy City Morphs, thanks for popping by, showing support to everybody. Mercery Morphs, what's up, Joe? Appreciate you coming in. Leviathan, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Fucking hope everything's good down there. I think you weren't just in Costa Rica, I think. So yeah, everybody. So if you want more exclusive content on the Fat Man Nation, join the Patreon, patreon.com/snakes and the Fat Man. I'm doing a thing now. We're actually starting recording of Storytellers season 3. No, well, I mean, you don't get a picture with me. All right. Sorry. But what's good for the goose, right? So we're starting recording Storytellers season 3. If there's anybody that you guys want to see on, let me know, and I will do my best to get them on. I would like to have Limey on again to tell a couple more stories, but we'll see. But Limey went on another podcast, so I don't know if I could really, I don't know. I mean, I just saw you. You didn't show your face, but but I saw you. All right. So yeah, join the Patreon. It's a lot of fun. There's a bunch of series on there that are exclusive to Patreon. We do some behind the scenes stuff where I offer my dumb opinions on a lot of things that I've learned not to offer publicly. So come by. Also, we're doing a lot of shows. We're doing some live shows this year. We're going to be at the Gettysburg show, going live all day from Gettysburg. We're going to be at the Nassau show, going live all day from Nassau. And then the big news is we're going back up to Canada in September. We're going to be live all day for both days. What's up, Enigmatic? Big supporter of the Deeds Not Words campaign. Thank you. I appreciate you. We're going to be in Canada for 3 or 4 days total, but 2 straight days at the expo. We're going to be live streaming, and we're going to be helping them advertise and everything else. So, listen, we got a busy couple of months ahead of us. Even more busier for a cripple. I got to tell you, thank God for Jay, Kevin, and Paul. Okay, so I appreciate you guys always being my ride or dies. Listen, if you want to throw a super chat, if you see anything you like, we'd appreciate it. Help pay for these Canada, Pennsylvania, and Long Island shows. Help us get there. Either way, I appreciate you guys just coming out to this thing. So, all right. Listen, I know nobody's here to see me. All right, I'm well aware of that. So let's let's start off our 15 minutes with the king, right? I mean, we got to show the commercial for the king. Got to do what we got to do.
The ball python industry has never been more complex, but managing your collection, it's about to get a whole lot easier with Clutch. Created by Kenova, Clutch is the cloud-based platform designed to streamline your entire collection management. From creating and searching your inventory to visualizing your breeding projects with powerful analytics, Clutch does it all. Track your clutches with a virtual incubator, connect customers with the perfect animal using an amazing waitlist system, and easily print labels for your shows and facility. It's that simple. You already know Kenova for exceptional ball pythons. Now they're making ball python management just as exceptional. Visit cltch.io today and make your ball python road easier to navigate.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
What's up, guys? It's Justin at Kenova. For the past 5 years, 15 Minutes of Lame has become a launch pad for so many new successful breeders and a badge of honor in this industry. It's been so amazing to watch the passion and dedication you guys have and to watch your businesses grow. Just remember, the next me might be you.
15 Minutes of Lame!
Oh, look who I got here, everybody. What's that? What's that stucking sound in the background?
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, let's throw you out and bring you back in. Hold on. All right, now he's gone. Not a good start, Clayton. We heard you. It's like you had the microphone down by your dog fucking munching on some Alpo. So we'll just hang out until Clayton gets back, and we'll see what goes on here. So Clayton was just like, fuck him, and left. Right. So anyway, we can talk about the Nassau show a little bit more. I'm very excited about that. It's at the Cradle of Aviation Museum. So if you guys get a chance to come, It's actually a pretty cool place. They have the history of aviation there, so they have a bunch of like fighter jets and space rockets, and they have the moon lander there, and basically it's a really cool place. Last time they had a line out the door for let's see here, hold on. Yeah, fucking what's up with this? We're gonna get rid of Antoine. Okay. Yeah, Clayton is just gone. Hopefully he'll sign back in. So anyway, it's at the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Nassau. I mean, basically, I know it's Long Island, but it's 20 minutes from anywhere. Okay, it's at the very, very northern end of Long Island, so it's really easy to get to. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a good time. I think we got about 20 personal friends rolling in. Sammy is going to be there. Sammy, who was just on Key's show. So when you get a chance, head on over to Key's show tonight. I think he's on the Breeding for the Future show. And let's see. Yeah, Clayton's just like fuck him. I'm done. Well, we'll give him 5 more minutes, right? So I knew not to fucking trust these Arizona people. The Arizona people are the worst people. Anyway, yeah, like Kevin said, it's barely Long Island, okay? So you get there very quick. We could put it this way. I'm in Westchester, and it took me less time to get there than Kevin and Paul, who are actually on Long Island, okay? So Sammy's gonna be on the Big Homies breakdown next week. That's cool. Sammy is such a fucking badass. Sammy was the reason we were so successful in Albany. So let's see. Shauna, could you do me a favor and get in touch with Clayton and send him the link again, or do whatever we have to do to get him back here? Oh, Jesus Christ. I wanted this show to be over in an hour and a half, Clayton. All right. What are you doing to me? I'm in a meat coma. All right. Went to a restaurant this afternoon with my father and the rest of the family. And yeah, I could only spend about an hour and a half with them. So look at this. Fucking here he is. Oh, he's all black now. We're trying, Clayton. We're trying. Let's see. We're just going to wait for you again. Yeah. Oh, this is the first time. This is the first time we've actually had trouble in 15 minutes in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. So, man, your fucking voice sucks now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's it had me go through and make like a whole new account and stuff. And then that new link that Antoine sent worked. Can you hear me or not?
Yeah, I could hear you, but there's a lot of crackling in the back. Do me a favor and go into your settings.
All right.
And go into audio. And make sure echo cancellation is clicked. And then just make sure the microphone is the microphone that you're using.
All right. Should be good. Can you hear me now? Is it still doing its thing?
It's not great, but we're gonna listen. We're gonna rush through this now because you can't get your shit together. Okay.
my bad. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Clayton's not playing. Okay. All right, Clayton. You kind of know how this works. Okay. We're gonna put 15 minutes on the clock. Man, that is fucking annoying. That's gonna make people leave. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Here. I might respond like a second late. I'm just going to use the audio on the live stream.
I was going to say, do you have the headphones? Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I have headphones.
Okay, but I think you have to do a switch. I think that probably since you have the headphones plugged in, that might be the reason that all the shit is there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm ripping this. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't have a camera on my PC, so I need to get one of those for that. Otherwise.
Okay. Do you have earbuds?
Nah. Let me. Does this even have an iPhone jack? No, I don't.
No. Okay. All right. Or are you on Android?
I'm on iPhone right now, but it doesn't have a jack on it. for
Okay, but listen, it's fine right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 15 minutes on the clock, fucking, and we're gonna see what's going on here. Okay.
all right, sounds good.
All right. Talk to me about Sculpted Exotics. How long have you been doing this? I've been seeing pictures of you everywhere with the big shots, so I know you're dumping in some money.
Yes, sir. So, Sculpted Exotics first got formed in 2023. I started keeping about 2022, just as like on the pet side. I had a pet boa, started with a ball python too, and I needed some feeders for it. Found a buddy locally who bred. He introduced me to the whole scene, and then one thing led to another. I kept on picking up more ball pythons, and like I said, 2023, in about June, we formed our LLC and made our first initial major investments into this industry, hobby, however you'd like to word it.
And what was the first major investment that you did?
We spent 20 grand into the Sunset Project. I bought a 1.1 of proven adult breeders, and then a 7.
Oh,
yeah.
So a brown snake, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, the Sunset Project, I love it dearly, but that first season, it did not do me justice. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. I think that you know, at the end of the day, people, it's still like a work in progress, right? And it's still, I don't know, it still ends up just being a dumb old brown snake. So
I don't know. I've been really liking the Sunset Ultimo route. I think there's a lot of potential there. That's
I would definitely agree with you there. But again, that means that you have to hit 2 recessives just to get a decent looking snake for the 20 grand that you spent.
Yeah, that is true. But there's nothing else out there that looks like it. You don't get the same pattern from anything else. You might say like acid kind of does, but not really.
Yeah, but what do you got? 1 in 128 chances of hitting that?
Double something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, what's going on? Do you do this full time or no?
Yes, sir. So we've been doing this full time for about 8 months now.
Right.
I've been loving it. Yeah, it's been really great.
And do you man, you just don't got a real job, huh?
Nope. I do about 1.5 hours, 2 hours of work every day because I clean every day, so it makes it pretty easy, you know.
Right.
Just go through, and then the rest of the day, it's pretty much whatever I want.
How many animals do you have right now?
My personal collection, so I have a partner out in Sedona. His name's Donald Qualls. My personal is about 150, and then his is about 180 or so. Okay. And then for sale out of that, about 120.
Okay. All right. So combined?
Around the 300 mark, yeah.
Right. Okay. So, and does your partner do this full time too?
Yep.
Okay. And you're in Arizona, right?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have a ton of shows out there to sell stuff, do you? Do you mainly sell Morph Market?
Yeah, Morph Market's definitely been our best friend. Auctions, anything that's like below 800, we typically just auction off. It's a little bit harder to find a pet buyer for that because our main clientele that we're shooting for is that intermediate level. So people who are looking to spend like 1,000 to like 8,000. That's like our main clientele.
Right. Okay. And have you done a show yet or no?
No, I've had a couple opportunities, but things just kind of fell through. I got snowed in one time, and so I wasn't able to make it. And I was like, I'm not hitting the road with like 100 grand worth of animals.
That's so funny. You're in Arizona and you got snowed in.
Yes, sir. So that's the wacky thing. Everyone thinks it's just a barren desert, but I mean, we got pine forests here. I mean, every year we get a consistent like 3 to 4 feet of snow where I'm at. So.
And what would be the closest show to you? Probably like the Las Vegas show or West Coast, right?
So there's a couple in Phoenix, nothing too crazy. Las Vegas would probably be the biggest one, but then All Americans also coming here, so that's probably going to be our biggest show here in the state.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Troy and Nick are killing it right now. They're doing really well with their shows. But you do travel. Because I've seen pictures of you with Bob and Justin and all the other, hot shots. So your mentality behind that is what? Is that you want people to know that you're just buying from the bigger people?
Not even that. No, it's taking pictures of them and posting them. That was just more so like an achievement of mine. Like, I got to meet these cool people. Right. And not necessarily like everyone's not cool. It's just, they're leading. And so it was just an achievement in that end. But the main reason for the travel was just to meet new people. And that's why, I have a whole highlight in my profile showing everyone I met while I was out in Sear. And it was just a blast. You know, I met so many like-minded people. And here in Arizona, like I said, I don't go to many of the shows, so I'm not talking to too many people about it. So going out to these shows was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, no, the shows are fun. I gotta admit, I missed it. I missed going to the shows. And Bob's show was run tremendously well. You know, so to go somewhere like him, don't do that. Don't do that. I hate when people do that. That's so fucking stupid, right? Right?
Nah.
So now you know I'm gonna ask, what's up, Paul? Fucking thanks for popping by. Good show tonight on the lamest. Same with you and Gerald and Kevin. How much money have you dumped into this in the 3 years that you've been doing it?
Altogether, about a little under $250,000.
A little under $250,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that, today, how much have you gotten back?
Last season, about 120 in actual sales so far from last season and this current season. About 50 of that was from last year, and then the rest was from this year.
Right. Okay. And how much do you put back into like infrastructure and new snakes and everything? Well, like what people want to know is like how much you take home. In other words, like how much you could, you know, pay bills with and do all this other shit, you know, because it has to be worth it for you to be doing it, right?
Oh, most definitely. So my monthly overhead is about $1,800, a little bit less. Especially since I don't use cocoa, I use paper towel. People might be thinking I'm crazy because of the humidity here, but like I said, I'm in there every day, so I spray down. And my animals are fine. I have clean sheds every day, so. And using the paper towel, I just find it a lot more sanitary. It's a lot cleaner, and it keeps my overhead down. The cocoa is one of the biggest expenses behind feeding. So
yeah, it's a lot easier to clean too. You'd rather spend $1,000 a month on bounty than $3,000 a month on cocoa. Because
it's not even that, because I go to Kirkland. I just go to Costco, and it's like $20 for I think 20 of them, and that lasts me the entire month.
Well, and Chris Ferenzi was right. JT's going to give you a total fuck you here, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared.
So now, like, what's the 5-year plan for Sculpted Exotics?
Keep growing the business. We have a lot of really cool animals in the works. It's a little hard to say. Like, I'm not trying to produce like 100 clutches a year. You know, we could do that last year. Between Don and I, we had a little over 50 clutches. But, I was talking to him. We want to do more quality over quantity. In my opinion, people shouldn't be producing like just base normals nowadays. There's really no need for it. Yeah. They're beautiful animals and stuff, but with all these cool morphs out there, you're just making unwanted animals at that point.
Right. Right.
So
it's bad enough. No matter what you do, you're going to make some kind of byproduct, right? So it's better not to add to the chances of you getting more byproduct, right?
Exactly. You shouldn't be shooting for byproduct. You should have maybe like a 1 in 8 out of the animals should be like a complete miss. Right.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a sensible thing to do. Is there like Kenova aspirations, or is there more like Ozzy aspirations?
I'd say more Kenova aspirations. I love doing this, and I want to make like some of the leading edge combos, and I'll always be doing this for the rest of my life, even if it flops 20 years down the line. I know I'm still going to be breeding, but. I mean, there's always like, you have to be doing it for money as well at the end of the day, especially at this like scale. I'm not sure. When you say like Ozzy, what do you mean? Like behind the scenes?
Well, like boutique breeders, like, Ozzy has maybe 100 snakes, right? And Ozzy's still Ozzy, right? Maybe 200 snakes. He doesn't have a facility full of animals. He's more like a boutique breeder.
Definitely Ozzy. Ozzy way then. Yeah. Okay. My bad.
Is your facility in the house?
Yeah, so we're actually going to be moving. We're going to be selling. It's based out of my dad's house, and we're going to be selling my dad's house actually. And we have a wine cellar that we're going to be converting here at the new place, and we're going to be making that into the little facility. Okay, so you live with your dad?
Yeah. So of course you could do this shit full time, right?
Well, no. I pay him rent. But yeah, he definitely made his money off of me doing this. He was like, "You want to breed snakes in my room? My house. We're gonna make it worth my time." So
yeah, no, that's he. Yeah, your dad's probably the only one that's gonna end up leaving this making money. So it's all good.
Right. He actually he's just had his first ball python eggs. When I was out in Georgia last, he had a clutch of eggs for some confusion.
Really?
Town double head DGVPI stuff. So I was really excited for him.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So now, like, what are you said you're into Sunset. You dropped a lot of money on Sunset. What are some of the other bigger projects that you're into?
Definitely Desert Ghost VPI Clown. We have a lot. We have a shot at like Desert Ghost VPI Clown genetic stripe stuff this season, which I'm really excited about. And then Zebra, we have tons of Zebra stuff. Unfortunately, we missed on our Zebra Clown. We swore we hit a Zebra Clown. Everyone told us we hit a Zebra Clown, but shed test came back. We did not hit a Zebra Clown. So thank you,
No
Charlie,
Zebra Clown
for absolutely destroying any question on that. So
Right. No, I gotcha.
Mhm.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's talk some sponsors right off the bat. You don't use ReptiChip, so JT is giving you a big old fuck you right off the bat.
Bam.
Now, do you have a sea serpent's rack in your house or an incubate?
I'm gonna have to double down on the fuck you.
Oh, fucking Chris, nicest guy in the hobbies, giving you a big old fuck you, right? Now you're close enough. Have you ever been to a herp show?
I think I'm being a little bit of a disappointment now, a little bit of a letdown.
Sean Gray, one of the nicest guys in the hobby, is giving you the double middle finger. Now this one I know you're gonna do good. You have bought a snake from Justin, right?
I have not a single one. No, I'm playing. I have, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say then you better take down those pictures for false advertising, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Justin from Kenova does not give you a fuck you, okay?
That's what's up.
But do you use clutch?
I do. Yeah, we're doing a full overload.
Oh, look at you. Fucking A. All right. Fucking Justin does not give you a fuck you twice. That's very rare. Now, when you ship a snake, who do you use?
I did use Redline the other week, but I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I have been going through Morph Market.
That's fucking not a loyal guy. Not a loyal guy. That's all
I don't know, bro. I'm for the streets. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I'm just saying. And now they got that bullshit with the fucking boxes and all that. Like,
I did think that was a little, of an interesting play. They're definitely monopolizing the system a little bit.
Yeah, no. Who would have called that? I don't know. I wonder who fucking said that this was going to happen. Now, I know that this is going to suck for you too. Recoil Reptiles. Have you ever bought a cage from Recoil?
I can't say that I have. No.
And Alan gives you a big old fuck you.
Damn. I'm just getting slammed tonight.
Yeah, big time. Have you ever called Patrick McKnight and asked him for some advice?
Yeah, I have, kind of. We've talked as friends and stuff. And a lot of his animals I've been interested in, but I'll admit I haven't snagged anything up yet.
Well, I'm going to give this one to you because just the fact that you called him and asked him a few questions, that counts as using the consulting service. So Patrick does not give you a fuck you. Now, when you need to shed test something, who do you go to? Charlie.
Both of them. Honestly, I've done a lot of shed testing with both companies. Both are great. But
doesn't matter. I mean, I mean, if you want it done correctly, Charlie's the guy to go to, right? So, okay, Charlie does not give you a fuck you. Okay. Now, have you ever looked at or joined the Show Me Marketplace to sell some of your wares?
I was looking into it a little bit earlier, but I haven't sold an animal on it yet. No.
Okay. Well, if you join up, you use Fat Man 50, you'll get half off.
Bet.
So yeah, knock that out. Obviously, you're a member of US Arc.
Straight up, fight for your rights.
All right. And listen, I'm gonna fucking put you on the spot. Do you own a Deeds Not Words shirt yet?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest, but I did have something. First 5 people to DM me saying that they bought one off this live stream, I will buy another one.
But you haven't bought one.
I know, but I'll buy 5 with the first people who send me a message.
You'll buy 5. Fucking A. Make it happen. DM this motherfucker. Sculpted Exotics.
I was slacking. That's what I get for slacking,
That's good job. Nicely done. I appreciate that. Okay. Are you going to compete in the 15 Minutes of Lane competition this year?
Yes, sir. That's why I'm here. We're going to make it happen.
That's what I'm saying. Now, tell me the best ways that people could get in touch with you and get an actual response.
So I do have a TikTok, but I'm only on there when I don't want to be on Instagram because I don't want people to know I'm active. So that's when I'm doom scrolling. So don't hit me up if you see me active there. Instagram's definitely the best way. Or my number, 928-800-9925. I have a hard time with my emails. I'll eventually get back to you, but Instagram or my number for sure.
And okay, so you're actually giving out your phone number. That's fucking awesome. Okay, give it out again.
9925.
One more time, because the buzzer went over you. So
I got you. 928-800-9925. It's a pretty easy one.
All right, call fucking Clayton. He's doing a bunch of sunset shit. He's doing a bunch of TSK, Xanthic, you said?
VPI, Zebra, Desert Ghost, VPI, Clown. We're crushing it there. We got lots of stuff.
I mean, there's one of the few guys working out on the Zebra project, right? I mean, there's not many people that are doing that. So
Xanthic, Zebra, VPI, Clown, and EG. We got it coming.
Yeah, you got it coming?
You're going to see a true black and white Zebra.
I would like to. If you could get the Zebra the color of the Stormtrooper, then you would have killed that. So good luck to you, brother. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate meeting you at Bob's show last year, and maybe we will meet up again in the future because I'm going to be at Tinley in October also.
Sounds good. I'll see you there, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you. Clayton Kaufman, okay, Sculpted Exotics. Go follow him on Instagram. He doesn't have any stupid underscores in between his names. It's just Sculpted Exotics. And he may have fucked up at the sponsors, but he definitely did his Instagram name right. So go follow this guy. Thanks again, Clayton. I appreciate you.
Have a good night.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
Show Me Marketplace is the new online reptile-based selling platform that is both simple and straightforward for both buyers and sellers. More importantly, it was designed specifically for what reptile breeders and keepers have been asking for, a viable alternative for what's currently available in the selling space. No complicated fees, no tiered membership plans. One affordable price gives you access to everything you need, plus unlimited listings from your own Show Me Marketplace store. That's right. More listings, more exposure, and no hidden costs. But that's not all. Sign up today and use code FATMAN-50 at showmereptileshow.com/marketplace and get 50% off your membership. Already a Show Me Show vendor? You'll enjoy an even deeper discount. Building a safe, trusted community is important to us. That's why all sellers go through identity verification to fight fraud and ensure you're working with reputable breeders. It's time to ditch the corporate chaos and get back to what matters. Show Me Marketplace is a true alternative to everything that's out there. So sign up today and join the revolution. Don't be corporate, be punk rock. No matter how old you are. ShowMeReptileShows.com/marketplace.
Yo, look
what's
who
up?
I have here. Antoine
How's it going, man?
Sigon. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. That was nicely pronounced. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I do. Listen, just in case people don't know where you're from.
From Montreal, up here in Canada. If you can tell already by the sweatshirt. So based in Montreal.
That is honestly the most fucking Canadian piece of apparel I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Chris, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, the funniest thing is I'm up north in a family cottage, and this sweatshirt is I only wear it here. I leave it here all the time, and every single time I come, I wear it every single time. So it's like a very special night for it.
No, that's fucking cool. That's cool. I'm glad you wore it here because you're one of the Canadian guys that I actually caught up with in at CRBE last year.
Right.
But you actually bought something from Eyeballs way back when.
Yeah, man, that was back in 2018, I think.
Right.
That's when I was investing in the Monsoon project, and I was picking some animals for the start of my project. And I remember picking up from you guys a OD Yellow Belly Fire pin that ended up being super OD, and then 4 years later proved out to be head cryptic as well. So talk about good surprises. And all of my OD Monsoon that I made last year came out of that female. So I bred the het Monsoon I got from Dave Green way back in 2018 to that female, raised up the babies, and then that's how I ended up with the OD Monsoons I produced last season from your
That's
female.
so funny, man. Because cryptic wasn't even a thing when we were.
Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, yeah. We had no idea about kryptons and whatnot, and they were just floating everywhere. And some people had them, but never really recognized what they were. And now they're like super mainstream, you know.
Yeah, it's funny too because we had a couple of clutches where, like, I could swear they were clowns, right?
Yeah.
And then I sent them off to somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, no, those aren't clowns. I don't know what they are." Right?
But
And I was like, "All right, fuck it, fuck it, whatever." Yeah. Turns out they were cryptic, and it's what happens. But also, you're one of the few Canadian people that have experience with both Canada shows and US shows, right?
Correct.
And the attitude at the Canada show was just so different for me when I went there because it was a bunch of people just happy to be at the show, right? Like just and you said it best. You were like, these animals spend all year in my facility. When I do the shows, I get to show them off in front of people, right?
Correct.
So talk to me about that attitude because I think like a lot of American people have lost that attitude going into the show.
Yeah, there's a bit of there's kind of there's a mix of things there. For us in Canada, we have only one big show. Like the main event that most people will actually try to attend is the CRB, and we have only one date. So it's second weekend of September, and Canada is very wide and it's very spread, and there's not a lot of shows. So if you go like to a show out west, for me in Montreal, it'd be like a 30-40 hour drive to go to that show. It makes absolutely no sense. And you've seen the show, like it's a smaller venue. So for me, it would make absolutely no sense to go there. So the main show we have is the CRB. So when people go there, it's the show of the year. They're excited to be there. They're excited to show the animals. And also my philosophy going to that show is I want to bring the best animals I have, disregarding if they are for sale or not. So if I have 30 spots in my display, I will select the 30 nicest snakes I have in my racks that I produced that year. The point is not to sell animals or push sales or what. It's just to show off what I've produced. And I think that if you go to a show, especially a show in Canada, like we don't have that many of them, and you go there and you promote your brand, you promote the animals you produce, you show the best that you have. That is the best way to market yourself because, like you said, all these animals are in my facility all year long. And me and the very few people that will come visit, my staff and whatnot, are the only people that will see these animals in person. And you know just as well as I do that the animals in person are way better than in pictures.
Totally different. Yeah.
So my philosophy was, if I go to a show, I want to bring the nicest stuff I have, and I don't care about sales. Show for me is not about making money. Show for me is a marketing. It's purely seeing people, showing the animals, being out there, displaying the nicest stuff. At my the CRB, 90% of what I had was not for sale.
Right.
It's just there. It's just there to promote the projects. And if someone sees something that they're like, holy, I want that. That's amazing. Well, maybe when they go back home, they check my morph market and I have something similar. And they could, they can get going on that. So that's kind of, it's a bit of what Justin has been doing in the past. Now he has more of those animals for sale at the shows, but it's just about showing the eye candy, and then people can, start figuring the things out and whatever they want to work into.
Right. Well, do you think that in America, because there's so many shows that so many vendors go to all the time, like they've kind of lost that, right? Because in America, the Limey, dude, the vibe at the CRBE was so different than like the vibe at like a Tinley or another big show in America, because in America, the main goal of the show is to make money, because that's the main complaint you hear about people when they're coming home from the show is we didn't even make table cost, or we just barely made table costs. So people in America don't really treat it as, I don't want to generalize, but most people in America don't treat it as a marketing opportunity. They treat it as, some type of yard sale,
Yeah.
So, but you just came back from Tinley.
Yeah, Tinley in March. I try to do every October, and once in a while I'll do the March Tinley as well.
Okay, and what's your opinion of Tinley? Because it's probably a little bit bigger than the reptile section at CRBE, right?
Yeah, it is bigger. I would say it's probably like 3 to 4 times bigger than what we have. Our CRBE, as far as like the space we have, it's probably the same, but everything is so spread out. Like we have a lot of space to walk around, go to different booths, and it feels much less crowded than the CRBE or some of the other European shows. But I would say that for me, being Canadian, going to the big show, Tinley, it's an experience. And for me also, like it's all people that I only get to see once a year or twice a year. And it's all animals that if, Bob is doing, for example, 5 or 6 shows in one area a year, people in that area get to see these animals and get to see Bob multiple times. I only get to do that once. So for me, it's really fun to actually go to those shows and get to talk with the people and see the animals in the flesh. It's going to be my first Tinley vending as DPR Coldblood this coming October. So that's going to be exciting.
Oh, really? Oh, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there
right on,
at October Tinley.
Yeah.
The one thing I noticed with the CRBE that I really liked was, in case nobody knows, the big CRBE show is also a fish and plant and dog and cat expo,
Pet expo at the same time, yeah.
Right. So, but the thing is that there were so many people there, and the reptile section was the first section that everybody had to walk through. Yeah. So if you can't sell, a snake to 8,000 new people that have never seen a reptile before, you probably shouldn't be in this hobby, right? Because they all had to walk through the reptile section to get to whatever section they were going there for.
Absolutely. It's cool, honestly, because I think that you can see it different ways, but I think personally having the pet expo at the same time is a nice touch, because we have, first of all, a lot more people walking through the door. It's not for everybody that, they're going to enjoy reptiles and whatnot, but it brings a curiosity. It opens their eyes, and they see that the reptile community exists. They see the variety, they see the prices, they see the different colors of the animals. And it's often very fun when you have like families walking around that had no clue that they could own a snake as a pet.
Right.
They're not buying, but you just communicate with them your passion. They see what you have. They see that it's a possibility. And who knows, maybe one of those kids in 10 years is going to be an owner of 5-6 snakes. It's a possibility. Right. And I think that those kind of shows that bring different people into the game, it's all about increasing the percentage of people that keep reptiles, right? That's what's going to make our industry grow. It's not making the brand new DG Exantic Monsoon Clown that's going to make our industry grow. It's bringing people on a pet level, and that is a show that's doing that. It's bringing people in at a pet level, and I think that that's what's really bringing a stronger community in 5, 10, 20 years.
Yeah, because in America, we just started doing it with the plant people. And the plant people, the plant people are crazy. I mean, you think the reptile people are crazy. The plant people are fucking nuts, man. And I noticed a lot of that.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those $1,000 a show plant people?
Yeah, her and I, when actually at CRBE,
that's you though.
Yeah, that's me. At CRBE, I probably spent like $400 or $500 on plants for like some dart frog terrariums. But yeah, I guess I'm one of those plant person. Yeah.
Now, is your facility at your house, or is it in a separate?
No. So basically, the backstory. Some of the people in the chat or listening right now might know. I long story short, I did study business school, and I had to do an intern. And I did my intern at NBK Reptiles, which is owned by Brian Papuchan in Montreal. And they do breed different type of reptiles: ball python, colubrids, leopard geckos. And I've been with them after the intern for 7 years now. And I was living an hour something away from the facility. And I told him, if you want me to come work with you, honestly, I have to move in my animals somewhere in your facility because I can't do the commute. Like with the traffic, it'd be like 4 or 5 hours a day. It was crazy. So I moved in my animals 5 something years ago in his facility. And I'm renting half of the facility. So we've been together for 5 years in that place. Yep.
And do you partner up with him on things? Do you do breeding loans and all that, or?
We try not to do as much of that, just because it just complicates things a lot more. And we have a lot of things both on our sides. We're managing a lot of things. We do a few, but my participation with him is mostly the whole managing of the breeding, the marketing of the projects for his collection. And then he has some employees that do like the feeding, the maintenance. And we team up when it comes to like shows. We work on together for like shipments, either in Canada, internationally. So we're doing a lot of business together. But as far as breeding, we try to keep it separate just because it's easier to keep it separate.
Right. Okay. Who got you into this? Like who did you see and was like, I want to be like that guy?
So I'm French Canadian, right? So my first language is French. I learned English in high school, and primary school, but I never really was interested in learning until I found on YouTube Brian Barczyk, and that must have been 2010, 2011. I was like 12, 13 years old, and I watched some of his first like snake bite videos when he was like, in the old facility, and he had the huge rows of like colubrids and the rows after rows after rows of ball pythons. And I learned my English through watching most of his videos. And I was just hooked on the fact that you could be breeding reptiles and people would pay for the babies that you produce. And that was mind-blowing for me. So that was kind of my main focus. When I was young, I wanted to have a zoo and whatnot. And seeing this, it blew my mind. Like, to know that I could be living my life being a reptile breeder was crazy. So Brian Barczyk really was the first person that introduced me to the idea of keeping and breeding reptiles for a living. So yeah, he was really the one that got me fully hooked into this.
Yeah, Brian made it seem like just a regular dude.
Yeah,
could have a zoo, right? If he does things the right way. Because when 2010, that was back in the days of like Chewy, getting bit every episode.
Anything and everything in the face and the arm. Yeah. Those are pretty entertaining, I have to say. Wouldn't be super popular now, but they were damn good back then.
Right. Now, yeah, but you could tell the reason why he gets respect by so much is because he knew like where it was going, right? He was like, hey, if I want to grow this, it can't be about promoting fear with people with snakes, and I can't be showing this guy get bit every year by or every episode by a 15-foot retic or whatever.
Yeah, and he still had his 10 fingers, and he was doing fine. So they're not as monstrous and dangerous as people claim them to be. So it's right in your face. It's very clickbait. It's shocking, but at the same time, it's educating people that, hey, he just got bit by like a 10-foot snake, and it's not that much of a big deal.
Yeah. He's fine. Yeah,
exactly.
And what about up in Canada? Who did you see doing it where you were like, all right, I could probably do this?
When I was more, obviously, in my intern, Brian at NBK was kind of a big mentor for me when I started. But as far as like the ball python and the investment, I got the chance to visit Billy at Mutation Creation a couple times. And that was definitely a good introduction to more of a serious way of doing business with ball pythons. Billy's always very extravagant with the his breeding, the numbers he's doing, and he's always out there in your face. And I feel like it's a show, but at the same time, there's there's a big part of truth in there. That's he's having success with what he's doing, and that really opened my eyes seeing someone in Canada doing it. And then there was guys like Will Morrow's at RCR, Mark Mendick at Marcus Jane, and obviously watching Justin on YouTube was a great inspiration for me for the longest time. And so all these guys kind of shaped a little bit of my perception and my laser focus on wanting to do this full time, and that's it. Right. No plan B.
No plan B. So
no.
What do you think you would be doing if you weren't doing this?
I love cooking. Honestly, I think it could have been something with cooking. I would not really see myself like working in a restaurant and whatnot, but I love cooking. I love microbrew beers. I love spirits. There's so many things that I could be doing. It's not really about like it for me. It really was not about what would be the thing I'd be doing. It was just like, let me focus on that one thing and give it my 110%. See if it can work, because that's my passion. And I kind of never doubted and went like, maybe this would be a safer way. Like I always wanted to try it. And if it was a failure, well, it's a failure, but I did what I wanted and I invested my money where I wanted to invest it. Turned out it worked out. So good for me.
Right. Well, you want to talk about cooking and ball pythons. I mean, Marcus Jane.
Right.
Is real.
Absolutely.
I mean, that guy is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
So the difference in laws up there, you guys are a lot more restrictive as far as what you could keep goes, right?
Depends on the province. Yes. In my province in Quebec, there's different laws. So we can't have anything venomous here in Quebec. You just move to Ontario and it's not a provincial law. It's going to be a municipal law. So each cities will have their laws depending on where you are. But as far as, venomous in Quebec, you need to have permits for like larger species of like a Burmese or a retic. And for example, in a province like Alberta, you can't feed any live rats. So depending on the province, there's different regulations. Right. So it's not something about like the whole country of Canada. It's each province will have their own thing.
Right. I think there's no crocodilians allowed up there either.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is a good thing, right? Like every idiot doesn't need to own an alligator, right?
Hey, that's true. That's true. 100%. Yeah. It's funny you say this because my girlfriend's right beside me right now, and she grew up on a reptile farm, and they had alligators and some dwarf African crocodiles. I used to go there all the time, and they had the permit. They had the zoo permit, so they could have and keep those species. But yeah, other than a zoo permit, you can't keep any of those.
Right.
Which is a good thing, like you said. Like you don't want to have anyone with an alligator in their bathtub. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. It tends to get a little bit ridiculous. It wouldn't get ridiculous, but there's always that one dickhead who's going to take it to the extreme, and he's not going to own one alligator. He's going to own 18 alligators. Yeah, and he's going to live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and he's going to,
Yeah, the problem is the stereotypical person that will get a gator is probably the one that shouldn't get a gator. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if you're about to get a gator or a cobra, you're probably not a good person to get that.
Right. So Antoine, Kat says hi. She now lives 20 minutes from him. That's what from Limey. Yeah. Okay. So America versus Canada, do you have plans to move to America, or do you have plans to extend your business in America?
So I know that we're probably 10% of the American population, and it would be a very good business move to do that. It's very, very complicated to do anything remotely close to, moving. I know some people in Canada that are doing very well. I love the country. I love where I'm at. So to me, honestly, I'm not looking at moving. If we were to do a move, I think it would be anywhere, maybe like Panama or something. My girlfriend's brother moved to Panama. He lives there now with his kids. And it's a beautiful country. There's great opportunities there, but it's something that would be in a further future. As of now, I'm just focusing on the collection and expanding internationally. DPR as a brand in Canada, in US, in Europe, in Asia, so different. Trying to go international instead of focusing on what I have here.
Right now, where do you sell most of your animals? Is it on Morph Market or is it at these smaller shows and the CRBE every year?
Shows, honestly, I don't sell much at shows. Some things will pop up sometimes that I will sell at the show. Most of my sales are through social network, so not on Morph Market necessarily. I will get some sales on Morph Market, but I would say it's either from customers that I've built, relationships that I've built through the years, or people that will see some of the stuff that I produce on YouTube or Instagram and reach out directly. So I do have a good network. So most of the sales will go through that, and some other will go through Morph Market, but most of it is from the social network.
Now, let me get your opinion on this, and I don't even know if you have an opinion on this because it may not be as big up in Canada, but Chewy is making some big moves in the reptile hobby, right? Do you think that's good for the hobby, or do you think that's bad for the hobby?
I have no clue what moves they're making, so please enlighten me regarding that if you want to.
Well, they're like the title sponsors at NARBC now.
Okay.
That they're some of the bigger sponsors at some of the bigger shows. I hear they may be developing different things like sales platforms and other things for it. And I honestly think it's a good thing because like most of the breeders here kind of ride that middle of the road line, right? So they ride, the either all the way up from pet trade type animals to $4,000 to $5,000 animals. Like the majority of the breeders here aren't putting out $20,000 snakes and $15,000 snakes. And I think that Chewy, who has 30 million people a month on their website, all they got to do is put a ball python on the homepage. And I think that that'll change the lives of the majority of breeders down here in America, So I'm actually surprised word hasn't got out up there. I'm actually surprised that Chewy wasn't a bigger sponsor at the CRBE. So,
yeah, definitely that could be something to hit up with Grant to check for that. That could be interesting. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. If 1% increase in the I'll rephrase. So if we have, let's say, 4% of the population that keeps reptiles, bump that number to 5%. Morph Market is empty. It's going to be as quick as that. And it's just it comes through visibility, education, and availability. The availability we have animals in most sphere and most prices. Education, we have good channels for that. We just need more visibility. And if we have more people coming in, like Chewy, like you're mentioning, 30 million people going in a month, and the website is crazy. So scale that over a couple years, and definitely it's going to be really, really good for the industry. So I think it's just, if you see it in a very conservative way, it's going to affect my sales. It's just a good thing to have more views and more people looking at what we're doing, because at the end of the day, the animals are so astonishing that if someone sees a banana freeway, a dreamsicle, a clown pied, they're going to fall in love. They're phenomenal. At the end of the day, that's what we need. We need more and more, people seeing what we have in the animals. We need to let them speak for themselves.
Yeah, no, Blind Mike, I'm not going to be the face of Chewy because Adam from Canada already is the face of Chewy. Okay. Do me a favor, Antoine. I just got to pay some bills here real quick. Yeah. Listen, if you're not using shed testing, if you're not using Charlie, then get your fucking life together and fucking send him a goddamn shed test. Okay. His turnaround time is still the best in the fucking hobby. And listen, I know the guy personally. the guy doesn't sleep. Okay, the guy's constantly working with different organizations internationally, and just working on shed testing and providing new definite genes all the time. All right, he's working a lot with Patrick over at Aura. So if you need, listen, there's like I got a list that I'm looking at right now of like fucking 75 genes. I'm not gonna fucking read them all off. Okay, I know that his new stuff is Zebra. You know, he does Wookiee, he does Ultramel, he does fucking all the genes. He does all the genes. All right. So just go to Charlie. I was next door to Charlie at the Albany show. We had a great time. And listen, send your shit into shedtesting.com. I think he gives 15% off if you mention Fat Man. And you know, he's just the guy to go to. All right. So now Charlie also has a show on this network called A Really Smart Guy and a Doctor. And he teamed up with this guy here, my boy, Dr. Patrick McKnight.
Have you been to a reptile show recently? Hundreds of vendors, thousands of animals, and an average of less than 20% of those vendors making any money at all. Have you been to Morph Market recently? There are currently over 40,000 ball pythons for sale on the Double M, with many animals staying there for months, sometimes years at a time. In this insanely competitive marketplace, what are you going to do to stand out? I'll tell you what the you're going to do. Aura Reptiles offer premier consultation services on everything from breeding plans to current market trends. Patrick McKnight has been one of the most successful mainstays in the ball python hobby for the past 15 years and can assist you with pairings, marketing plans, and advertising. Be smart enough to know what you don't know. Then learn about it from Aura Reptiles. Check them out on Instagram at Aura Reptiles and get in touch with Patrick McKnight today. Get in the f***ing game.
Okay, hold on. Let me get that off. Okay. Listen, if you guys haven't watched A Really Smart Guy and a Doctor, they're on the first of every month on this network. Charlie and Patrick are really like the dream team as far as shed testing goes. So, Antoine, who do you guys use up there for shed testing?
We have Heather Rockford. She works at the Collège Vanier in Montreal.
She works with Charlie. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, they work hand in hand for some different projects. They released Monsoon together. I work with her for all my testing. So it's very convenient. She actually even comes to the facility to pick up sheds, so I don't even have to ship. It's perfect.
Oh, not well, yeah, because she's stupid local to you, right?
She's like 20 minutes away. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, what are some of the bigger investment quality projects you're working on this year?
I'm focusing heavily on paint, puzzle, and Monsoon. I do have a lot of Hypo Clown stuff as well, but that's more like just a fun project for me. Like, I really love this project. Paint is definitely one that I'm pushing heavily, as not that many people are into it, and the interest is definitely there right now in the industry for paint. I do have a lot of puzzle stuff, but they just don't want to breed for me for some stupid reason. I have like a nice cheptel of females, but they just don't want to go. I do have a few going this season, but just a small percentage of what I have. So 1 year it's going to click and I'm going to be huge in puzzle. Right now, it's just not the case. So I have eggs in the incubator right now for DG Paint, Posset Clowns. And I will have a shot this year at DG Paint Clown, but it's triple het to triple het. So, you know, we'll have.
Well, I mean, it really, like I always said, if I ever got back into it, paint would be a big part of my, my projects. But it just goes to show, like I talked to Limey, and he was like, it wasn't that long ago that he was selling paints at the table for like $200 and nobody would buy them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It just needs the right pitch, the right animals to promote a project. And once that's done, it's, the train has left the station and it's hard to stop it. Like right now, the paint is all over the place. People can't seem to get enough. And the crazy part is paint alone, we haven't seen that many combos, but paint clown, we've seen just the paint clown. I don't think we've seen, no, that's not true. We've seen a few paint clowns, the cinnamon, the fire, the spot nose, but not that many. Paint puzzle hasn't been produced. Paint pied, we know it looks good. So there's so many things we could do with it still. And it's very exciting to be part of a project that has so much potential in the future because we haven't seen anything done with it.
Right. Well, and who are some of the guys locally that you look up to now? By locally, I mean in all of Canada.
Definitely Will, Royal Canadian Reptiles. I think he has a amazing mind for this industry. He always has great inputs for breeding and just the whole business of relating to ball python in general. Good buddy with Mark at Marcus Jane. Obviously, that's someone you want to have close to you. So always good chat with Mark. And there's some other really, really good people, a bit more low key in Canada. Nicole at the Canadian Regis, Johnny Pythons, always good people that I love to chat with and have.
Johnny Pythons, I met him at the CRBE. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's a really, really good guy. Really love to have a discussion with him from anything regarding ball python. So we do like you've seen when you came to CRBE, we have a great community here. It just sucks because it's such a big country and everybody's so like spread apart that we don't get to hang out that often. But we do have some really good people here in Canada.
Well, right now, favorite breeder in the entire hobby, who would get? And I'll make it easy for you. I'll let you have three.
I have to say, obviously, Justin, for the innovative mind that he keeps on pushing all of the time. He has a very, very good understanding of the genetics. I don't talk about his corporate empire as it looks like a crazy beautiful business that he created, which is fantastic. But his mind and the way he looks at combos has no equal. To me, this is amazing. It's going to sound cheesy, but Ozzy is going to go at number 2. The reason why Ozzy is number 2, not numbered, like not that one is above the other, but number 2 out of 3 has to be Ozzy for the way he developed one specific project and he managed to touch every other recessive project or incomplete dominant, whatever that he wanted to have in OD. And he's the master of OD in such a way that even Justin doesn't want to go like crazy into OD because he knows that, Ozzy is the king of OD and he mastered it, which to me is crazy. And as a third, I think I'll have to go with Will in Canada because of his understanding of the industry. His strengths are crazy. He knows what he's doing. He has a really good mind, really good vision, and he has a absolutely insane behind the scene network. And he doesn't post anything on Morph Market. He barely posts on YouTube. He has a Patreon, and most of his sales are all done, and you have no idea what he produced. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy to me. So for this, I have to lift my hat. Will is doing something amazing, and he has to be the third.
Well, I got to say, it's interesting that you actually picked like 3 dudes that once you tear down the snake thing, they're just regular dudes, right? They're very likable. They're very communicable. They're very you could talk to them about anything, right?
Yep. I've met and had the opportunity to hang out with all 3, other than ball pythons, and all 3 are just very chill guys that are very fun to be around, and that you can have amazing conversation without talking ball pythons, and they're just good, genuine people.
Well, and there are also 3 people that used ball pythons to leverage other businesses.
Absolutely.
Like we just had Ozzy on one of the Zoom calls for my Patreon, and he was dropping knowledge about Bitcoin like you wouldn't believe. Like
Absolutely.
And everybody learned something from that. I mean, he was recommending books to read. He was recommending books to listen to.
Absolutely.
And Will is a lot like that, and Justin is definitely a lot like that. Between to just look at Justin's other hobbies. Like Justin's other hobbies aren't stamp collecting. All right. No. It's like it's collecting Porsche. I mean, it's like so they're doing something right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you're investing into besides, like, outside of the ball pythons?
Honestly, I'm not that much investing as far as like investment for ROI or return on whatnot. I'm investing in living the best life as I can as possible. Every weekend I go out fishing, camping, on trips. I go herping. I try to live the life that I dream of. Like I try to spend every minute that I can. If it's not in the facility, it's doing something I enjoy. And to me, it just helps with keeping everything together. Like the snakes are all I have, like as far as investment. I focus all my money into that to make sure that they could benefit all of my efforts into one place. So all my eggs in the same basket, that everything could work perfectly. And once that's good, we'll look into different things. But right now it's just about all the other things I spend is going to be for like fishing, experiences, trips. Also going to be like, I go to Japan for different reasons of, meeting new customers, discovering the culture. And this is where I'm going to invest more of my money in experiences and creating contacts.
Well, the ball python market in Japan, I mean, did that surprise you? Because it's fucking unreal what they're doing out there. They have ball python stores that are set up like sneaker shops, like high-end sneaker shops.
It's perfectly put. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. The crazy thing over there is the demographic situation allows them to have those stores where here in North America it would not be possible. Like you go to the city of Tokyo, 13 million people in a very small area. And in that city, there probably are like, I don't know, 7 or 8 ball python stores. We don't even have one. Like, they can have those stores because of the sheer mass of people in that single city that will, take commune, and 20 minutes they're at the ball python store, 30 minutes they're at another. And it's a very different thing to go in a ball python store where you could have zero knowledge of the animals. It's not a show. It's not a big event. You don't have to pay for a ticket. You get one-on-one with the breeder, and you just walk into a store, man. It's just drawers of ball pythons. Could you imagine growing up being able to pull out to a store like a candy shop and it's ball pythons? Dude, and not only regular ball pythons, they import snakes from the best breeders in the world. So you get to see cutting-edge animals from guys like Ozzy, Bob's, Justin, myself, Mark Mandic. Like, they get to see amazing animals in a corner store. It's absolutely crazy, man. Talk about a way to fuel the passion of a whole society the right way. It's crazy. It blew my mind completely.
When was the last time you were there?
I was there in April this year. So I did. I went twice, April last year and then April this year again.
Was April the show, the big show there?
Yeah. The GRS, the Japan Reptile show. It's in Tokyo. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was the same weekend as the Star Wars convention, right? Because my feed was like all Star Wars and all ball pythons from Japan.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So, you're right. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Chase from Justin's, I think he was able to get away to go to the convention for a little bit. And
we managed to spend some time there together. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, did you? You're a big Star Wars guy?
not at the Star Wars convention, but in Japan, we managed to spend a few days together in Osaka and whatnot. It was a good time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You guys were putting up some pretty gay pictures of your of your boy band shit.
Hey, the boy band was perfect, man. You can't diss on that. It was so good. It was amazing.
Now, are you? Do you go back once a year?
I'll try to go definitely again. I don't know if I'm going to go again next year. There's a lot of different places that I want to go: South Africa, Thailand, South Korea, other shows in Europe. So I have time and budget that I can visit different shows. So I'll go all of my attention to Japan. I definitely want to go back, but maybe next year I'm going to skip it and go again in like 2027 or something.
Yeah, I would imagine the South Korea show got to be pretty incredible too, right? Like the South Korea market.
Definitely. I met Semen from Finest Pythons back in April at the show in Japan. He invited me, so probably next year, 2026, I'm going to go visit him in South Korea. I know he is coming to Tinley this October, and maybe also the CRB as well. So but that's still, we have to figure things out for that. But yeah, so that's going to be another show, another country to visit for the ball python.
That's going to be great. Yeah,
absolutely.
And you, so on the weekends you do all your fishing and camping and fun stuff like that. You basically live like a YouTuber, right?
I just don't post that much on YouTube for those. Yeah, I like to fish with the phone around.
Yeah. You're talking to a guy that's never been camping, never been fishing, never been, I can't even imagine having to sleep in a tent, or something like
mosquitoes.
I need a structure, right?
Yeah.
So now I see you got your girlfriend there. Does she help out with your business, or does she do something else entirely?
She definitely pulls up with the 3 or 4 hours a day that I have to talk about snakes. So that's the main, technically that's the main help. She definitely is very supportive and very understanding. And it's fun to have a significant other that when you coming out of the shower on your phone, you're like, oh, there's this $10,000 snake I should buy. And she's like, why haven't you bought it yet? This is good support. This is what I want to hear. And right from the start, she was very supportive. So I think the best support I could have is her being supportive of what I do.
Right.
And she does better pairings. Yeah, she has very, very good luck as far as egg cuttings. And last year, she absolutely killed the odds of every clutches. She bought an animal, and we bred her snake in the collection, and she destroyed every single pairing that she had. So that was crazy. It's nice to have someone that's very supportive.
I used to more before.
Yeah. For a period of time, last year when I was in Japan, she went at the facility, took care of the collection.
But before I had my full-time job, I was there all the time. I was there at the beginning of YouTube. I was doing all the cleaning and whatnot. He even hired me for a bit and a while, and I worked there for a bit.
Yeah.
So I did before, but now with full-time jobs and other projects, it's quite hard. But it's very recent that I stopped.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
I work at a university in Montreal with animals, and I also organize reptile tours across the globe that I'm starting to work on.
Yeah, so it's herpetology tour. So she works with it's a new business with her friend, and they started organizing tours across the globe, visiting reptiles.
So soon we're going to organize one for Antoine's ball python friends. It's going to be a herping tour. We're not sure which country.
That's the first time we actually mentioned
talk
it. So
about it,
exclusive
but
stuff. Yeah.
That's the future project that I'm working on in the next few months. Now I just launched a Komodo trip to go to Indonesia, and we're renting a boat, and we're going to live on this boat and dive during the day, and then dock our boat on islands at night and go with the ranger and go find vipers and find some Komodos and whatnot. So that's going to be in January, and Antoine's coming too on that trip.
Yeah, That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that sounds insanely dangerous. Okay.
It sounds insanely exciting. That's what you mean. Yeah.
At 30 or whatever you guys are, at 50, you're just like, fuck that. There's no way.
Hey, I hope that at 50, I'm still going to have the same fuel in my veins that drives me to go catch a viper half naked in the middle of the night in the jungle. So, well, it's hot, so you don't want to get overdressed.
Damn, you have weird dreams, my friend. Okay.
I do, I guess.
Now, is there anything that you want people to know? Like, is there anything special happening at DPR Coldblood the next 6 to 12 months?
Honestly, this year of breeding is really going to be a fun one. So if you guys are interested, just like stay tuned on the YouTube channel. We have some really, really good content coming out with crazy new projects. It's always fun to breed ball pythons, but when you get the chance to actually push the boundaries and the envelope to a point where it's creating something never seen and hatching stuff that you've been working on for so many years that you imagined it in your head and it's actually materializing is very fun. So there's going to be a lot of that this year that I hope to hit the odds. So yeah, just stay tuned on YouTube and Instagram, and hopefully I can get those animals out of the egg and the odds gods maybe with me.
And is it DPR Coldblood on everything? YouTube, Instagram, everything?
Yep. YouTube, DPR Coldblood, and DPR Coldblood on Instagram.
Well, beautiful. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out and doing this. Thank you for taking time out of your vacation home living on a
That's a nice way to put it.
But go out and look for Bigfoot tonight. That would be the thing that I would do. All right.
Right on, man. We have actually on the barbecue right now, we have trouts that we caught last weekend. They're smoking, heating up. So we're going to go out and eat those trouts after the podcast.
Oh, Jesus, you're living the life of Riley, my friend. All right.
Do our best.
All right. Everybody go follow Antoine, DPR Coldblood on Instagram and YouTube. Get his follows up. And guys, I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day. So I appreciate you guys, man.
Thanks for having me on, Chris.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Take care. See you at CRB.
Yep, I'll be there. Right.
All right. See you.
That was look, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but there's a difference between talking to a guy like that whose general excitement is just so intense and from the fucking heart than the majority of people that you talk to every day that's just hoping for shit to get hatched because it'll make them money. So I'm just saying there's a difference between that guy and most of the other breeders that I know. So listen, this episode is also brought to you by Sea Serpents. Did I say bought to you? Oh, I meant brought to you by Sea Serpents. Sea Serpents, they've been around forever. I'm going to see Chris at Gettysburg in July. I can't wait to do that. We were fans of Sea Serpents way before he became a sponsor for the show. And he holds up as one of the original sponsors. And now that he bought Hotbox, he's making some great incubators also. So go check him out at seaserpents.com. Listen, again, you have until July 4th to buy a damn shirt. All right. Just fucking do it. All right. Figure, even if you hate me, you're not supporting me. You're supporting disabled vets. Okay. So make it happen. Now, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us all night. And we're going to be doing this again on the 1st. There's going to be a Hot Girl episode next Sunday. And I'm hoping to pop in probably an open Zoom call for reptile keepers this week at some point. It'll definitely be before the Nassau show. So I just want to thank everybody for continuing to come by and watch this train wreck on wheels now. Okay, it wasn't a train wreck on wheels forever. It just recently became a train wreck on wheels. And seriously, just want to say I can't thank you guys enough. And I will see you guys next week. Take it easy, man.
At Recoil Reptiles, we understand your reptiles deserve the best. That's why we create custom CNC reptile enclosures with precision cuts, built to last and designed to showcase your scaly friends in style. With over a decade of experience, we craft enclosures up to 8 feet long, tailored to fit your needs and the needs of your animals. Whether you're a hobbyist or a breeder, we've got you covered with enclosures that are as unique as your reptiles. And we deliver to shows in Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Recoil Reptiles, custom precision, built for your reptiles, built to last. Visit recoilreptiles.com today to design your perfect enclosure or call 405-999-7175.